agree with Trump that we had to get this shit right here in line, because you're not gonna come here and stump on the rights that Black Americans paved the way for you to get here, because they didn't what we meant it for. We didn't mean it for that. We was being nice, okay, but it's over. So anyway, let's jump into this also. So, as you see right here on the screen, this lady says, like, this Somali lady says, like, hey, Somalians say, hey, well, y'all are just jealous. Okay. Now this is probably like a little bit right after Trump said, the things about the Somalians in Minnesota. And I want you to take this as I think it's Antonio, something like that. But look at this, let's check this video out.
Like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. And I was watching a lot of videos that are coming up on my For You page where people are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here, our ancestors are from here, but Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success because they expect us like to be at the bottom of the bottom, right? And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money. And Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay?
And hold on, let me pause this. And which we have found out, baby. And which we have found out. We all know that's a lie. Okay. You came here and your people came up on the backs of programs that was not designed for you to take control over. Okay. Most of y'all have fraudulent. That's why Trump is saying like remigration, because y'all got fraudulent green cards and citizenship. Okay. That's what he's saying. But again, we're gonna continue because again, we're jealous. I'm so sorry. I have never, but I think I heard him say the same thing, but I'm gonna say this too. I ain't never seen a black person boo nowhere. Girl, I'm from Memphis Beach. I ain't never seen a black person who say we was jealous of no goddamn Somalia Beach. I have heard rumors of smells.
Community that committed fraud, okay? We're not all committing fraud, okay? Every community has bad apples, but they're trying to use that as leverage to hate on us, right? And attack our community. But what it is like when you're an immigrant group and you're black on top of that and you're African, they hate you to be successful. They hate you to be successful. Now, if we were like European immigrants, like maybe Bosnians who are Muslims or Russians, and they become successful, nobody would blink an eye because they're white.
All right, so let me, because now I see Somalis starting to run in the Victim Olympics and they're blaming racism. This has nothing to do with racism, right? They want to deport Venezuelans if they're here illegally. They want to deport Guatemalans if.
And I would agree. This right here is also above racism. The thing is, you, your culture, your people, okay, have cheated the system. Y'all have cheated the system. This is unfair. Okay. So if fraud is found, I'm mad at Tim Walz too. Listen, I don't give a damn. He got to take responsibility for this. Something ain't right. Okay. And from what I understand, y'all threatened him with y'all gonna say he was racist. Now he was so that's the stupid. No, we're not doing that, baby. Girl, fuck y'all and y'all cause.
They're here illegally. Asian people are getting deported. Africans are getting deported. And it's the same when it comes to illegal migrants with Somalis. The ignorance in this is so profound because I've never in my life, not one day, have ever heard anybody, and I travel all over. I've never heard an American, not a black person, not an American, not a white person, anybody. I've never heard them say that they're jealous of a Somali. I've never seen them say that they're checking for y'all cars or anything like that. Here's the truth. Americans are bothered by the idea that American taxpayer dollars are being leveraged in order to give other people that is not pouring into the United States of America's culture and finances and resources and improving what's happening here, but they're trying to subvert the culture in order to be Somalia while at the same time taking advantage of our infrastructure, the dedication, the motivation, everything that we've built here in the United States of America. We built with our hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears. And then you come in, disrespect us, and then at the same time take advantage of what it is that we've afforded for Americans, legal citizens. You come under.
Yes, and I would agree. And yes, okay. In the comments, you said, you know, it's thing. Yes, this is the thing. The problem is, like he just said, you came in on the. You don't understand. You came in. Your people, y'all weren't allowed to be here until after we fought. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. Same thing with Africans. Same thing he's saying with Jamaicans. It's not a. It's beyond race. The thing is, if you come over here, like you got people, you know, you taking over full communities and things like that. You're saying you're better than Americans. This and that. The problem with this is, okay, if America doesn't owe you anything. Now I know I've heard different stories about whatever, but if you consider your country to be so great and so just Trump said,
Come over here under asylum. You come over here under temporary protective status. You come over here and you take
hmm
advantage. And a lot of these people become legal after coming over here illegally. And then they also take advantage of birthright citizenship because now you're saying I'm a first generation born
yes,
here and all of that stuff. That term shouldn't even be allocated or designated to you. That term is for American descendants of slaves or African descendants of slaves, people that were brought here against their will to help build up America.
there you go. And again, to the Somali baby, Somali baby with the big forehead and things like that. Listen, I know your brain is big. I need you to understand what he's saying, what this man just said. Because see, what you're doing is you're being disrespectful on so many different levels. Like I just explained to you a moment ago. I am the first generation out of from my mother to have full access to like rights after civil rights. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the so this we have I have generations over 400 years plus of generations of my aunt that was, you know, you get it. And so our people came here, and you know, even white people know the story too because they're mad because they know that we built this country. That's how we built this country. They got 400 years of free labor. So y'all people didn't do shit. Okay, some of us, yeah, we was already here too, but still, come on now. No, you ain't gonna pay us up, black folks and Native Americans. You ain't gonna pay us up. We ain't gonna do that, baby. Let's go.
And through capitalism, America is what it is today. And so as a result, the very basic, the minimum that you can do is extend birthright citizenship and not make them illegal because they didn't ask to be here. So now you come over here and you flaunt whatever it is that you think you got, because we're not even really checking for you on the wealth type stuff. The only thing that we're really familiar with is the fraud that's been uncovered that Tim Walz, right, continues to not take accountability for. And you sit here and you say that we are jealous of you because of your success. Who you think you built that off of? Who backs you think that you got the opportunity to even do what you're doing? You didn't have to go through nothing. You didn't have to do anything. And so this level of ignorance, it shows you that they're not smarter than us. They're not better than us. And nobody is racist against you. We're talking about American culture and the importance of preserving what we deem makes the most sense. And you just a visitor. So if your people.
And it exactly what he is saying is, you know, I don't agree with everything that he covers all the time. However, this man right here is completely exactly right at what he's saying. Okay, and I agree with him and Trump. This is a problem. Okay, so excuse us as Black Americans for stepping away and like saying Trump do your thing. And I'm finna show y'all the reasons why as well. Let's finish this, then we'll go to the next thing.
People come over here and they take advantage of what we've built, then at the very least you can pay homage, you can pay respect, and you could adapt to the culture and not try to make yourself out to be a victim while at the same time taking advantage of what we built for you. That is the truth. That's the reality of what I believe most Americans are thinking and saying, and what they feel when it comes to everything that's happening with Somali culture over here in the United States of America. Be thankful. And then I got the nerve to be arrogant about it.
Right. But the fact that we're brown people from Africa, you know what I mean? It kills them. Because the way we move, we don't move like we're inferior to anybody, right? And it's bothering them. And our name has reached the White House. That's how powerful the Somali community is. Wallahi, I have this thing where if Somalis
Because of fraud,
work
baby.
together, the
Because
only
of
problem
fraud.
Somalis have is like, we need to build our country back. Wallahi billahi, we could have been like the most.
And they want to do it on the backs of the American dollar that they then send back to their back.
And that alone, listen. This is the problem that I have. Okay. You cannot do that. And then you're bragging. And the thing is, this is our money. Listen, I know we got our problems in America. I know we have moments we argue, we show out, we do a lot of different shit. I get that. But that's our tax dollars, bitch. And for you to be over here and for y'all to be sending over $1 billion of money back to listen. Everything I ain't got nothing to say about what Trump saying doing. I'm not no, because you don't understand why. What happened? Let's finish this.
Back to their country. Okay.
We could have been a superpower nation. How gifted Allah has made Somalis in making money, in being successful, in being able to see opportunity everywhere they go. All
I
right.
wonder if that's the case, then how come they wasn't able to do it in their own country, and why is they doing it here? I'm gonna let them cook for the rest of the video, and then we're gonna come back and give our thoughts.
So there's
Very
this
true.
like guy on my
Yes, it is.
For You page, and he was
Very
talking about,
true.
I used to be a handyman, and I see Somalis, they all have nice cars. And then, the hate comments were down there, deport them, do this, do that.
I got that video too, y'all.
And let me tell you something. The reason why we have nice cars, nice clothes, we look good, we're shining, we're doing that, is because we work and we don't spend our money on nonsense. We don't spend our money on like the latest fashions, the latest wig.
Okay, so listen, I want you to, while you're here right now, I want you to hold this right here in your brain, because I'm finna go show y'all something. Hold this, what she's saying right here about the nice cars and they house and stuff like this, right? We're gonna hear another video in a minute, but hold it in your brain. So keep that there. Keep that there.
The latest whatever. We save our money and we work as a family unit. We're not individualistic. We work as communities. We save our money and we help each other make big purchases that way. Somali community is very tight-knit. American culture is very individualistic. Everybody you're alone, you're expected to do everything yourself. In a Somali community, we work together. That's how we became successful fast. And we took, the opportunity.
That is not how y'all became successful fast, baby. That is not how y'all became successful fast. Y'all came over here, y'all bombarded the system, y'all lied, one of y'all leaders married her brother. A lot of y'all came in and girl, let's not.
That were given to us in this country. Is that wrong? Many immigrants before us did it. Why can't we do it? And now we're being punished for being successful too fast. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now they're trying to come at our community, deport them, do this to them.
Yes.
Even Somalis, wherever we go, we're still gonna be successful.
And you know what? And you know what? I I I completely agree with you, baby. I agree with you. I know y'all can be successful. And since you feel like you can be successful anywhere, I think the most best place for you to be successful is for you to do the same thing that Black Americans did, is that we fought, even though we just shouldn't have, but we're not gonna go over that. But we all came to a conclusion of building what we had and just kind of, putting the pieces together. So, I think there should be something you should be able to do and make your country proud. That's all I'm saying. Make your country proud. Mm.
Even if you deport them, they can still make money. Wallah. And
Well, let's go make it over there. So anyway, let's go move. Let's move around. I want to go to now. Um, so now the Somalians are asking for help, and they're asking for support, things like that. So again, is mm, mm-mm. And
The services that they provided, all this was provided in the courtroom, and the judge said, nope, we're going to overturn the decision of the jury. So they got away with $7.2 million. Sarah, I think, yeah, Sarah West, the judge in Minnesota, Democratic judge in Minnesota, and then this is what the husband. I can't click out his first name right, but Youssef, last name. Yeah, crazy. So they no accountability. You could go to Minnesota, scam millions of dollars, and you could get away with it. This is easier than robbing a bank. This is easier than robbing a bank, just falsifying a couple of documents, and there you go. You can have millions of dollars in Minnesota.
I'm from Minneapolis, and Somalians are just part of the culture here.
so as we get ready to end, almost at the end of this. So I remember earlier I told you we was gonna hold. I want you to highlight and hold the image in your head earlier of the girl that was saying that yes, we have nice cars, yes, and she was saying like it was a handyman talking about you know basically she was better than him, and that because they work hard, this is and that. So it's always two sides to a motherfucking story. It is so glad that the internet always comes through. Okay, Beyonce internet is always hot, honey. So check out reasons of why his side of the story after what she said, and then we're gonna go back.
As far back as I can remember, I've always seen Somalians. And in these past 5 years, the population increased so much. It went from seeing them to them feeling like the majority a lot of places that I go. And also over the past few years, I've noticed that I see a lot of them with new cars. So I'm a handyman, and I worked on a lot of Section 8 housing to make sure they're up to standard. And one thing I've noticed when I go to these Section 8 houses, one, it's usually a Somali family. And what I mean, usually it's 9 times out of 10. And those houses usually have new cars in the front. I mean, cars with an S, multiple new cars. And what I mean usually is like 8 out of 10 Somali houses, I've seen that. And I always wondered how someone on Section 8 can afford multiple new cars. I just couldn't put it together. So now finding out about this fraud stuff makes so much sense. And you know who I feel bad for other than me for paying for that shit with my taxes? Is Somalians who came here on the up and up and who didn't break the law. Because as a black man, I know how it feels to be judged because someone else with your same skin color did some stupid shit that you wouldn't approve of. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but one thing I do know is I've been saying for years we need to kick Tim Walsh out because he knew about this shit from the beginning.
And that is what it mother freaking is. Okay, that is what it is. That just is what it is. There is nothing left really to say to the Somali community in Minnesota. um on behalf of America, on behalf of Black people, I can definitely speak for us. I don't know about white people. I think they on Trump's side the strong way. But I will give you a line or a grace of offering you prayer and good tiding, um um peace and prayers and peace. But you know, I hope that y'all be able to understand the reasons of why this is happening. If you all have not seen the other video, they did vote for Donald Trump in Minnesota. There was a big video as well. You know, hopefully if you see this video, you understand why of all people, this little gay black man of all people, okay, the Democrat, okay, a Kamala Harris voter is definitely on Trump's side with this. Because again, two things can be right at the same time. This is America. And I think on this, yes, I mean, all of us will put down our thing and say, listen, hold on, because that's definitely not right. You know, so whatever Trump decides to do, I mean, that's his business, you know. But